Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of Miss Blue's Calculus Clues. I'm so glad to be back with you again here. So there have been some requests for some additional examples of separable differential equations, and I figured that I would tack those in along with some particular solutions to differential equations. So let's start with this first example here. Let's say we have this differential equation dy dx, and it equals 6y squared x. And the initial condition given to us that the function evaluated at x equals 1 yields 1/25. So the first thing, our first order of business, so to speak here, is going to be to find the general solution here to this differential equation. Since our differential equation is in terms of both y and x, I'm going to need to isolate my y terms and my x terms. So I'm going to take each side and divide it by y squared and multiply each side by dx. So when I do that, I get y to the negative 2 dy, and my left side is 6x dx. Notice that when I divided each side by y squared, that's 1 over y squared, which I'm just going to represent as y to the negative second. So now I'm going to integrate each side here. The antiderivative of y to the negative 2 is negative y to the negative 1. The antiderivative of 6x would be 3x squared, and then I am going to combine both of my constants on the right side with a plus c. So here's my general solution to my differential equation. And now what I can do is I can take this particular value and plug in 1 for x and 1/25 for y. And then when I do that, I can find and solve for my constant c. So I have negative 1/25 to the negative first equals 3 times 1 squared plus c. So I'm going to take the reciprocal of 1/25 and get 25. So it's negative 25 equals 3 plus c. I subtract 3's from each side, and I determine that c must be negative 28. So now if I wish to write my particular solution, I have negative y to the negative 1 equals 3x squared minus 28. Now this is an incredibly unconventional way to write a function, because it would really be negative 1 over y equals 3x squared minus 28, and this is not solved in terms of y. So I'm going to take each side of my equation and I'm going to multiply it by negative 1, and I'm going to take the reciprocal. And there's my solution to my differential equation. I hope this one helps. Let's look at